Alrighty, my friends, I have three more quarterbacks that are likely bagging groceries at your local Walmart right now. But before we get into our three forgotten quarterbacks, I do want to say thank you guys very much for the love you guys showed on the last video. Over 1,000 views in my second ever video on this channel. I've been doing YouTube for many years with different projects, and I've never really seen this quick of success on a channel before, and it's kind of a new journey with me starting a new channel, new niche, and it really just means a lot to me at the end of the day because I've been struggling and grinding on this platform for many years, a very long time. It's the first time I started to see some actual success, and the comments that you guys left, they almost brought a grown man to tears. And then I remembered, what would Kevin Hogan be doing right now? And I fucking toughened up, because Kevin Hogan wouldn't cry over YouTube comments. They weren't hate comments, they were very positive comments, and I appreciate you guys a lot for them. So I hope this video does well again, but if not, that is totally okay, because I just love spitballing some funny ass NFL information to you guys. So right now we have three more quarterbacks that are most likely bagging groceries in a Walmart right now. Let's get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this next quarterback has a little bit of an odd story when it comes to it, and like, the reason that I personally always remember this quarterback, and the reason that I personally really want to, spotlight this quarterback right now, is that John Skelton scared me as a kid. Now you're thinking, Gabe, how does this, random cracker named John Skelton scare you as a kid? And I mean this in the most respectful way possible, but for whatever reason, a younger Gabe did not like the way John Skelton's picture in Madden looked, and I thought he was very ugly. In fact, so ugly that it scared me so bad I would refuse to use the Cardinals in Madden. Now, my first Madden was Madden in the year 2010, and I proceeded to get every single Madden since then, including all the way up until now. But I would never use the Cardinals when John Skelton was on the roster. I don't know. He really scared me. I can't say why. I mean, he's not the best looking guy in the world. He's not the worst looking guy in the world. He just scared me when I was a kid. But to talk positive about John Skelton was drafted in the 5th round from out of Fordham University, and John Skelton started 17 games over his career and completed over 53% of his passes. He ended up ending his career with 15 total touchdowns and 25 interceptions, and a rough completion percentage, a rough touchdown to interception percentage. Skelton, he really showed resilience and a knack for leading comebacks. He actually secured multiple late, in game, down by a couple points games for Arizona, and following with his time in the Cardinals, he would end up joining the Bengals and the 49ers before just moving on from professional football. During his career, he was often called upon as a backup, but would actually ended up finding himself into starting roles once injuries came across. He ended up coming in for an injured Kevin Kolb and led Arizona to 5 fourth-quarter comebacks and a 6-2 record, which is actually crazy for a backup quarterback. He would throw 1,900 yards, 11 touchdowns, and 14 interceptions in that span. And even though that isn't great numbers, he kind of earned a reputation for being a real clutch quarterback during his performances. Cardinals released him in 2013, and like I said, he had those brief stints before stepping away from football, and now John Skelton's doing something in the real world, bagging Walmart groceries. I'm not entirely sure, but one thing is for sure, John Skelton absolutely scared me as a kid. Now, there is a valid discussion on if I should qualify this person as a quarterback or not, but I am going to qualify this man as a quarterback because of my history with him in Madden. Now, something about me is I'm a Madden franchise demon, and on these Madden franchises, whenever I'm tanking the first year, I like to take a real fun quarterback to lead my tank, and very often or not, a couple years ago, I would always find Tyree Jackson to lead the tank for me. Tyree Jackson is 6'7". All right, an absolutely monster-sized man. He had a great throw power stat, and I'd always groom him to be my backup quarterback of the future. Now, Tyree Jackson's a former NFL quarterback who has now turned tight end actually in the league and signed as an undrafted free agent to the Buffalo Bills in 2019 after playing at the University at Buffalo. Now, obviously known for his size and athleticism, being 6'7" and a great athlete certainly helps you get to the NFL, but they did transfer him to a tight end position where he would end up signing with the Philadelphia Eagles. He actually was able to catch a NFL touchdown during the regular season at this tight end position. Now, Tyree Jackson played quarterback in college, and I thought he had the tools. Obviously, he was raw, but I thought he had great tools, and that's why I would constantly use him in Madden. But I don't think a lot of people remember Tyree Jackson. And one of my criteria for these videos is that the quarterback has to have some sort of stat logged in the NFL, because there are plenty of quarterbacks who came in and out of the NFL who are forgotten that didn't log a stat. But I think it's more fun to look at the ones that did log a stat and that did actually show that they could even make it to playing in the NFL regular season. You know, Tyree Jackson played quarterback at the University of Buffalo, and he actually threw for damn near 7,000 yards. He threw for 6,999 yards and 49 touchdowns with 24 interceptions. You know, he had a real strong 2018 season where he threw for over 3,000 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 12 interceptions, and even led Buffalo to a 10-4 record and appearance in the MAC championship game. Obviously known for that impressive size and throwing ability, Jackson actually got named the MAC Offensive Player of the Year in 2018 before transitioning to that tight end role in the NFL. Now, I have some absolutely lovely B-roll for you guys right here of David Fales, our last quarterback on this list. But the man that David Fales is actually dueling right now in this video is Thaddeus Lewis, who could actually end up getting on a video like this for himself very, very soon. But for now, we are here to talk about David Fales, the 6th-round pick in the 2014 NFL Draft. He spent most of his rookie season on the practice squad, but would make his NFL debut in 2016, briefly playing in a game for the Vikings. His time in Chicago, where he was drafted, is really spent as a backup, and he actually only appeared in one game for Chicago, where he got to throw 5 passes and completed 2 of them. After leaving Chicago, Fales would end up signing with the Ravens, the Dolphins, and then reunited with his former Bears offensive coordinator, Adam Gase, that fucking terrorist. And his most notable performance actually came in the 2017 season, where he got to complete 29 of 42 passes for 265 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, but also a rushing touchdown. This game actually showcased some potential, but was actually really one of the only significant opportunities he really was ever going to get in his career. He would continue on as a backup for the Lions and the Jets and really maintaining a role as a good third stringer or practice squad quarterback. But one important note is that he was also seen at really good at developing young up-and-coming quarterbacks. Now, obviously, he had pretty decent stats from his first start, but he would never actually touch an NFL regular season game again. But the reason he was kept around on so many teams is that he was seen as somebody who could really prepare, support, and create young superstar quarterbacks. Now, David Fales would end up retiring after a 7-year career, but David Fales is somebody who didn't fail, and I think that makes him really, really special in my book. Now, I have no connection to him. Like, I didn't play with this dude on Madden or anything. I just thought his name was funny, and I was like, you remember that guy that was named Fail? Yeah, that was funny. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a sub, drop your favorite forgotten quarterback in the chat. If you guys want me to do this again, all you have to say is tell me to do this again in the chat. I appreciate you guys so much for all the love and support that you gave me last video. Let's keep it up, guys, and I am out with another Bonafide Yap session. Thank you guys again, and I don't know, smoke cracky drywall or something.